This whole COVID-19 thing, it's been troubling because we all kind of want to get away. We all kind of want to just do something. Oh man, you know what? I've had a rough day. Let me go see a comedy show. Oh, I've had a rough day. Let me go to the movies.
Oh,
Let me take a vacation anywhere in the world. Oh wait, I can't do any of that. That's been the hell we've been living in for a while. However, things are starting to open up. And our next guest, comedian Steve Byrne, is finally back on stage, going to be hitting Backstage Bar and Billiards, and we are so excited to have him back in town.
oh man, we can't wait to talk to you. Steve Byrne, welcome back to the show. What
Oh
is
yeah.
it like being a stand-up comic right now? Because how do you make jokes out of anything that's happening right now?
It's I mean, the material just keeps coming. It's great. I mean, you just keep it doesn't stop. You think about it, in 1492 the white man walked in North America. In 1969 the white man walked on the moon, and in 2020 the white man is walking on eggshells. So it just doesn't stop.
Oh
Well deserved,
man.
may I add. Let's talk about a whole bunch of stuff. First of all, you have a live stream comedy show happening tonight, backstage bar and billiards. Tell us what's going on here.
Carlos and Ava, the proprietors of Backstage Bar and Billiards, I've been friends with them for so many years, and they said, "Hey, we want to obviously do something with the space." And every time I've been to Las Vegas, I never hang out on the Strip. I always go downtown. I
Good
love
man.
hanging out in Fremont. I
Cool.
love the
Nice.
Griffin. I love the old school kind of pubs. I love the El Cortez, and just looking at how historic and beautiful that casino is. I could just have a beer and sit on the sidewalk and just look at it. I think it's beautiful. I love the history of all the entertainers that used to hang out after each other's shows at 3 or 4 in the morning, perform for each other. So there's definitely an electricity to Vegas. And so when they asked me, would I be interested in doing a show, albeit even streaming, I've avoided doing Zoom, comedy shows like a lot of my other friends. I feel it doesn't feel right. It's kind of
It's
icky.
sad. Yeah.
So it's sad. It's not fun. You need the interaction with the audience. And this one, we're getting to blend a little bit of that. Just having a few friends in there to just kind of pump up some laughs, but bringing some great friends along
Awesome.
with me, like Gary Cannon, who does audience warm up for Conan O'Brien for the last like five,
Nice.
6 years. So be a good crew. Yeah.
Awesome.
Excellent. Yeah. Plus, if you do a Zoom comedy show, you might get Zoom bombed, and no one wants that to happen.
I
Hey,
kind
Steve,
of been
I'm
waiting
with
for it to
you.
happen because genitalia popping into anything is funny to
I
me. But
know. It actually happened to a
Well,
good friend of Sean and I's. We'll tell
yeah.
you after the
oh,
interview.
You play your
Uh,
cards right in this interview, Steve. You never know what might happen. So, just we'll see how
ooh,
it goes.
exactly.
it's
Exactly.
so
So
sad
this is fun.
because yep. Good. Sorry about that.
No, I love that you love Fremont because I love the nostalgia there, and I feel like it's got its own charm. But I wanted to also ask you about this film you directed. You have a couple films that you've working on. The Amazing
Sure.
Jonathan.
Yeah, The Amazing Jonathan was one of the first comics I ever opened for when I was on the road. Coming out of New York City as a young comic, he and I just got along really well, along with his road manager Joel Osborne. So we just kept in touch all these years. And when he was making return to stage after the terminal diagnosis, I thought, well, somebody should make a documentary about him. And I called him up and said, "Can I do this?" He said, "Yeah." And we went ahead and filmed this documentary. And I teamed up with my good friend Bill Burr, and it's on YouTube streaming now for free. You just type in "Always Amazing," and it's been out a year, and we just cracked 700,000 views. And YouTube can be a cesspool, and
Wow.
the positive to negative ratio. I think it's pretty crazy to see how many people are positive on it, and there's very few negative comments on it at all.
If you
So I
get
was,
anything positive
Oh,
on the internet at all, you've done very well for yourself.
yeah.
It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
I
toughest
was
crowd there
shocked.
is. Yeah, it
and it,
really is
and it's
brutal.
not being shocked about the film. It's just like, because it's YouTube. It's you're going to see some bad stuff, but it was really nice. And then I just wrote and directed a feature film called The Opening Act about my early years in stand up. It takes place over 4 days, a typical weekend, Thursday through Sunday. And everybody's been to a comedy club, but I don't think not everybody's been on the road, and wanted to expose people to
Mm.
that. And it's got a great cast. Vince Vaughn produced it. Jimmy O Yang plays a younger version of me. He's in Space Force and Crazy Rich Asians. Alex Moffat plays the feature act, and Cedric
Wow.
the Entertainer plays the headliner.
Wow.
And then it's
Oh my
got
gosh.
Kathleen Madigan, Whitney Cummings, Angela Johnson, Eliza Schlesinger, Bill Burr, Ken Jeong, Tom Segura, Roy Wood Jr., Russell Peters, Neil Brennan.
Oh my
There's just
gosh.
a
Dude,
ton of
you've got
incredible
some
comedians in
friends
it. So
here.
that was the
Jeez.
funnest part in casting, because you could just call, the casting director's like, who should we get for this part? I'm like, I know who's somebody. I just pick up the phone. I'm
That's
like, Neil, can you
perfect.
come down for 3 days? And it kind of worked out that way. It was fun.
Speaking of going on the road, I mean, this must have been the first real break that you've taken in a long time and forced. What's it been like to kind of be on the sidelines for as long as you have been here, a few months?
It's been great, because literally 2 weeks before everything hit, my daughter, who's 8 years old, said, do you have to keep going on the road like this? She's finally at the age where she
Yeah.
starts to miss me and,
Yeah.
is aware of everything. And I just said, I'm working on some things, and hopefully I'll be home more often. And then the pandemic hit.
Yeah, he was
So
working
I
on
don't know if it's like,
COVID-19.
I don't know if it's like one of those 80s, kid throws a wish in the fountain and then changed the world. And I think that's kind of what happened. My daughter ruined
She
it for
found a
everybody.
Zoltar machine and she took down
She
the
found
world. I love it.
exactly, yeah. But I think, like,
I
with
tell you.
pandemic, food shortages, race riots, unemployment, a recession, the governors across this country are finally realizing that stand-up comedy is an essential business. So
Yeah.
it's nice to
Oh.
know that comedy's coming back slowly, along with everything else.
It really, just to get our
Excellent,
minds
Dave.
off of stuff, it really is kind of like a non-ingestible antidepressant. It is just nice to have something there that we can actually
Everything
find joy in. Yeah.
is so heavy and intense right now. Steve, thank you so much. Appreciate you joining us. We're going to plug your live stream that is happening tonight.
Yes.
Here. Sean, where can people watch it?
I'm going to tell you right now. Tonight, 7 p.m. on the Backstage Bar and Billiards Facebook page at Backstage Bar LV, or on their YouTube page, which I hear YouTube's a cesspool. However, if you decide to not be sassy, tonight would be the night. Watch it at 7 p.m.
I'm going to go on his YouTube and just write one negative comment just so he has one.
We're just going to boo him. Let's boo him in the chat.
Boo.
Boo.